Morning, a ray of sunlight brushes your face, a silent reminder, you are alive. In that brief moment between sleep and wakefulness, life begins. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, only now, just this day. Such is the awareness of a person who understands how fragile existence is. But understanding isn't fear. Living each day as if it were your last doesn't mean abandoning reason, duty, or honor in a frenzy. The Stoic sees the world through a different lens. He doesn't ask how much time is left. He wonders how to fill the present. He doesn't chase pleasure, doesn't crave power, doesn't consume life like a thirsty man in a desert. He savors it, like bread baked in the heavy furnace of patience. Today might be your last. That idea isn't terrifying if you've lived well. Death doesn't frighten those who have lived honestly, courageously, and with calm. It comes for all. And as Epictetus reminds us, the tragedy isn't death, but a poorly lived life. So how do you live as though this is your final day without falling into chaos? How do you avoid wild indulgence, social withdrawal, or apathy? The answer lies in moderation, clarity of mind, and strength of heart. Life wasn't given for idleness, but for purpose. Not service to others, but to yourself. And yet, within yourself, you only find peace when you give. Imagine this. You are given one day, the last. What do? Seek pleasure? No. A Stoic rises early, washes with cold water, dresses plainly, and steps outside to greet the sun. He knows the stage and the audience matter less than the performance. He is the actor handed the final scene, and he performs it with dignity. Not for applause, not from fear, but from duty. You do not know when your end will come. It could be a decade from now, or this very evening as your eyes close. But you can know how to be prepared. That doesn't mean waiting idly. It means living with awareness. Spending each hour not in hope of miracles, but in fulfilling your purpose. As Seneca says, a long life is not as valuable as a well-used one. You walk a path. Stones underfoot are circumstances. Rain from above, your burdens. But you walk, without cursing the ground or blaming the sky. Every step is a choice. Every choice leaves a mark, on the earth and on your soul. Don't expect ease. Don't hope life will spare you. It is impartial, and in that lies its fairness. If today were your last, would you waste it on anger, on arguments, on envy or complaints? No. You would embrace your loved ones. Look into someone's eyes. Speak the truth. Forgive. You would listen, not just with ears, but with your heart. You would eat slowly, gratefully. You would speak less, and every word would carry the weight of bronze cast for eternity. But here's the paradox. We live as though we are immortal. We postpone conversations, forgiveness, action. We hoard, we dream, we argue, envy, as if death is a myth. A Stoic knows all you have is today, one day, but in it, the whole of eternity. Don't fall into extremes. You needn't drop everything to frantically live, feasting, travel, thrill. These aren't the essence of life. The essence is how you hold your spine when you're weary, how you respond to criticism, how you remain silent when you could lash out, how you show up when you're tired. Living as if today were your last means being ready to die at any moment, but still living with integrity. Not indulging whims, but forging your will. Not betraying yourself, even when no one's watching. Not being a slave to impulse, but the master of your life. Death isn't a tragedy. It's the final note in a symphony. And if you've played it with honesty, the note will ring true. But if you lived as a servant to your urges, a fugitive from yourself, don't expect music, expect a groan. Live today. Wake as a warrior, not a coward. Raise your head. Look outside. That's the world. Not yours, but you are part of it. Let your part be worthy. Begin the day remembering this could be the end. But within that end lies the seed of meaning. You cannot choose how long you live, but you can choose how you live. That choice is your fortress. And if you stand firm within it, you are untouchable. Neither fear, nor death, nor loss can bring you down. Ask yourself, if this were my last day, what would I do? Then do it. Not everything, not in haste. One thing, small, real. Write a letter. Hug your mother. Finish that task. Clean your room. Read a page. Sit in silence. Be with yourself. Unmasked. Wisdom is not in knowing, but in doing. Honor is not in speaking, but in action. Courage is not in triumph, but in showing up for the battle. Live knowing. Death is near, but not like a frightened animal, like a human staring eternity in the eye. You won't remember every moment, but you will remember who you were. And if you were steadfast, kind, honest, calm, your life was not in vain, even if it was just one day. Living your last day doesn't mean rushing. It means going deep, seeing the great in the simple, the eternal in the small, growth behind pain, purpose behind effort. And when your evening comes, you will not cry. You will be still, because every day you did what was right, not as a hero, as a human. Today you breathe. Today you walk. Today you can say, I love you, I forgive you, I am grateful. Do it. And if tomorrow comes, let it be a gift, not an escape from yesterday. See life like breath. It has rhythm, pause, and stillness. There is no endless inhale, just as there is no eternal spring. Autumn will come, and its chill will touch your skin. But if you are prepared, it won't catch you off guard. Winter doesn't frighten the one who gathered firewood in summer, who didn't waste the warmth of the soul on trivialities. The final day isn't a reason to despair. It's a reason to return to yourself, to your essence, to what matters. Strip away the unnecessary. Who are you without titles, expectations, or habits? Who are you when everything fades, and only your quiet, living truth remains? Those who live with awareness leave with peace. They don't mourn what never happened. They don't blame others. They don't regret their path, because every moment they lived with courage and truth. And that is enough. Nothing more is needed. Be an example, not in words, in deeds, not for the crowd, for your conscience. When you see injustice, act. When you sense pain, offer comfort. When you hear lies, speak truth. One person won't change the world, but he will change himself. And that is how real revolutions begin. Even if no one notices, know this: life sees. Not in your face, not in your voice, in the mark you leave. What will yours be? To live as if it were your last day doesn't mean shouting about the value of life. It means breathing in silence, loving without condition, working without expectation. It means telling the truth even when it's hard, walking your path even when it's narrow, as long as it's true. And so, let the day end. Let the sun set. Let darkness fall. If you lived with dignity, you have won. No applause, no medals, just silence. The kind that holds the truly great. This is your day. One. But in it, eternity. Live it.